I am Claudia Shaw from Los Angeles Regional SBDC. I hope you enjoy your AI training today. By the way, I was created with Cajun. This is one of the many apps you can use for your business. Try it. And welcome to the training.
Hi, okay. I just wanted to give that intro. I find it interesting sometimes when you see those things and get a little bit excited. So I hope you get excited about today's presentation. There is a lot of slides, and I hope and I wish we could do more like the training on hand, like hands-on, but because of the time and all that, we cannot do it. So thank you so much for being here today. Like you saw there, my name is Claudia Shaw. I work with the Los Angeles Regional SBDC. What is SBDC with all the acronyms that you guys are going to learn today? Another one is the Small Business Development Center. The Small Business Development Center is a program from the government. We are part of the SBA. So with our taxes, we are already paid for this kind of service. What is the service? Everything is no cost for you. No cost advising, no cost training. That means we will sit with you one-on-one. We talk about your business, what you need. You need government contracting, you need certifications. Where can you go? How can you get to those? How can you subscribe to RAMP LA? How can you go into each one of these websites that you heard three of the panelists talk about different websites? So there are a lot of opportunities and things. We will help you with that. You need access to capital, we will help you with that. You need social media marketing, like AI and all that stuff, we will help you with that. Plus, we have a lot of training. We have our booth also out there, so more than welcome to visit us. So you can have the QR codes of the different offices that we are here and choose the one that is near you. Okay, so let's get started. The idea with this training today, AI is a world. AI has, like, in less than a year and a half, 2 years, it has changed and evolved so much that it will be hard for me to explain in 45 minutes everything about AI. So I'm going to try my best at least to get you a little bit more maybe excited about the subject. But by raising your hand, can you tell me if you are using AI for your business but not ChatGPT? Something different than ChatGPT, because now ChatGPT is like a common one. Okay, so that's okay, I have few hands up, so that means you know different applications besides ChatGPT. So we all know about ChatGPT. ChatGPT started way back, and for the public it was in 2023 that it was put out there. We started working with it, now we got used to it, but now we have also Claude, Copilot, Gemini, and all those are also part of the group of like ChatGPT that you can use as an application. The good thing about this, they are free. So you can start free, and that's one of my biggest suggestions. Whatever you do with AI, whatever application you take from AI, use the free applications until you get comfortable enough and you understand it enough that you want to pay for it. So play with it a little bit, get to know that a little bit, okay? So can I move? You want to move it? Please, thank you. Oh no, but I know it's like a video thing, so it's tough. The idea with today is that we want to learn to use different applications. You can use AI for inventory, for writing descriptions, for creating customer personas. That means with your target market, what simulations I can do. Like if I have a buyer that is a janitorial service and they want to use me for my contracted services, how can I like have a profile so I can get to them and talk to them? So that's what it is. Marketing plans, business plans, analyzing financial statement presentations, pitch decks. So there are like so many, next please. So there are like so many uses of AI. And of course, today we want to learn a little bit about RFPs and certification assistance. Like that's the important thing about today, is like how can you use it for RFP? Okay, next, please. Okay. So, one of the things is you can use AI for whatever unimaginable at this time. Like you can do it, like you see for me, an intro video, you can use it for images, you can create small videos about your products and your services and what, you name it, you can do that. But one of the things that I want to caution about AI is that, remember, it doesn't mean that you're just going to put the information there and forget about it. Meaning, I'm not going to talk to ChatGPT or to Gemini or to all this to say, hey, can you help me with this RFP and tell me the keywords that you find in there? And then just take it by granted or for granted, whatever is there. There are ways that we need to talk to these machines in order for us to get the information that we want. And there should always be a human behind the answers that the AI is giving you to make sure that they make sense. For whatever you use it. Let's say, for example, I use it sometimes to create images. I need to look at the image. Sometimes I have images that has 3 arms. And it looks bad. If I'm going to publicize that and I'm going to put that on social media, it looks bad on me. Because it will be like, didn't even she look at it? Okay, she created somehow this, and she's not doing right her job. So just make sure that when, for example, you have a bid and you're looking at this, you can assess the RFP and you can see all the requirements, the competitive landscape, you can see a lot of the things, but just make sure that the information that the AI is giving you back, it is accurate and that you know where it is taking it from. Like, you can tell the AI, okay, I need you to look at this RFP proposal and I want you to give me the keywords that are in there or the key documentations that they are asking in this RFP. And if you can, like, give me the number of the page or where can I find those things in order for you to go back and check it out and make sure that it's there, okay? So I want you to start using this as kind of like your assistant, maybe, in a way, but also to expedite a little bit the process. Sometimes the RFPs are like, they have maybe a turnaround of maybe 1 month or less. Sometimes it's like 2 weeks, sometimes it's 3 weeks. So we feel like we need to do it ASAP, and that's why you want to use this. So start simple and gradually expand. Make sure about the data and the privacy. So we, in the slides before, we saw that it says something about financial statements. That doesn't mean I'm going to put really all my numbers in there or my information in there, unless I can also do it incognito. Remember that when we do the browsers, we can do incognito, so our information is not that public. You can also do that with AI. AI, we are training it all the time when we are public, but there are ways for you to also do it in a private manner, so it won't feed the AI system and the AI capability. So make sure you can do that as well, okay? So the idea is be very careful with your privacy and your information in there. Next, please. Okay. So for example, how can we use it for RFPs? Because that's what we need for today. Again, we do trainings in AI in all our SBDCs. You can go to any of our SBDC advisors and they can help you with other stuff. But today our concentration, because we are at this event, is going to be on RFPs. So for example, I want to see like the language that they have there. You can like summarize it. You can look at the keywords, the deadlines, the rules, the evaluation, okay? And I'll show you, I'll explain to you how we can do this. You wanna maybe extract requirements and have like a matrix on how you need to do this. the spreadsheet. You can see like a lot of the information like right in there in one page instead of going through the 100 pages sometimes that you need to do for these RFPs. This at the beginning. Then you have to go a little bit in depth. But you can also look at the compliance. You need to write information as well. You need to write your capability. You need to do the invoice. You need to see what you can compromise. One of the things that I also have seen a lot from our small businesses is sometimes because of the time, and because you have to do this like in no time in the turnaround, you start typing. Like if you're like me, I type so fast that I make so many mistakes, typos and all that stuff, that sometimes you don't read that. And that's one of the good things about AI too, that when you're doing this, it will show you all those mistakes and it will help you with that grammatical and that sentencing and all that stuff. Plus, I have English as my second language, so sometimes it's like worse the way I use the words and the phrases. So it helps me a little bit to get my idea in place. What I do with the AI is I just start writing. So it's like, I need this, and I'm not like even making sometimes a lot of sense, but then AI is giving me back something that it makes a little bit of more sense. And with that, what I do is start a conversation with the machine, back and forth. And that's one of the examples that I'll show you how we can do that. Next, please. That's what it's called prompting. The prompts are the key part of you using AI when you want to like have a conversation with Gemini, Copilot, ChatGPT, Claude, all those. Okay, so ethical concerns and considerations, biases. Biases, it means the privacy. So you need to make sure that whatever the AI is giving you back is accurate and is not just being maybe nice and polite to you. I don't know if you have heard in the news with ChatGPT that they had a complaint that ChatGPT was being way too nice to people. And it was, so that's what it was. Like, oh yeah, sure, like you are great, you are doing great, you are doing this and that. When you, and we are going to see this in a couple of slides more, when you do this settings for ChatGPT, for Claude, for Gemini and all that, you have a way to set up these machines in a way that you want them to answer and to get to know you a little bit better. And that's something that a lot of people don't do. They just go to chatgpt.com, they enter their information, and that's it. Like, okay, this is my login, and they start chatting with the machine. There is something in your left-hand side corner down there that says settings, and in the settings it's telling you, what do you do? What do you want to get out of this machine? Do you want to have a conversation, to be nice, to be rude, to be direct, or to be what? So you can do all those setups. And you can also train the machine, because remember, this is a machine. So this is your assistant, but your assistant doesn't know the job, doesn't know what you do. They don't know what you want. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to train the machine to know you, what you want, how you talk, how you want them to talk back to you, and what you want to get out of them. So that's why you need to train these machines, okay? So that's why the implementation, you need to look at the information and you need to start low, with low risk. So don't start, I have people that start saying, my name is Claudia Shah, I was born, no. Remember, you're training the machines and this is public. So the least amount of personal data and information you use, the better. And I know the question will be, okay, RFPs, but when I do an RFP, I'm putting a lot of my information in there. So you can avoid that by saying, I have a janitorial services named X, you need to put the name, and then I need to obtain this kind of results, and it will do that. And then it will tell you, X is doing this. That's why you need to read what the machine is telling you. because it's not going to give you a lot of the information you want, because you're not going to put all your disclosure and information in there, and you don't want to do that, okay? And cost management, like I said, all these applications, many of them are for free. They have, like, you can use it for free as much as you want up to a certain point, but then you have to subscribe if you want more information out of them. So ChatGPT, I don't know if you have noticed that when you start with ChatGPT, and I know I told you not to mention ChatGPT, but the other ones, but I know that's the most common one that all of you use. So if you start with ChatGPT, I don't know if you have noticed, when you start a conversation on the free version, you start a conversation, you have a limitation, and you come to a certain point and it tells you you're out. You're out, you need to subscribe, or you need to wait 24 hours if you want to continue with this conversation. Or if not, you start with a new one. So it's a little bit about that. And that's how a lot of these AI tools are going to be, that you can maybe create one image, 2 images, and then you have to wait 24 hours to create more. Or the same with the videos. Is videos only like 5 seconds, 10 seconds long, like the one that I did in HeyGen. I think it was like less than 10 seconds long, because it's a free version. But it was okay, like, it's presentable, it's doable. Next, please. So prompting, that's the word, prompting. Prompting is giving instructions. So remember, these machines are your assistant. And because they're your assistant and they don't know what you do and how you do it, you need to make sure that the information that you're providing to them is clear enough. If I want somebody to give me back an information or to do something for me, I cannot just tell them, hey, go and grab me coffee. Yeah, they can grab your coffee. But I want my coffee with sugar, no sugar, with cream. I want it with, what, oatmeal, almond milk, and all that stuff that we know nowadays. So if I don't give that instruction the way I want it, the results are not going to be accurate or what I was supposed to, or what I want to come out with. So you need to provide the background, the details. We need to provide a clear instruction and task, the action, what you want them to do. You need to provide some data, examples, or something, because otherwise they don't know what you are, or who you are, what you want. And you are going to get an output, and you also need to know what you want in the output. So when you have an RFP, and you need to have the proposal about janitorial services. Let's take that one, for example. So you have the janitorial services. You want to tell them that you are able to take this convention center and you can clean the bathrooms, each one of the rooms, the offices that they have here, the parking lot maybe. You want to empty the trash cans. You want to be able to vacuum, to clean the windows. All those stuff are details that you as a business can do in this RFP, and you want that information. So the output that I want them to mention that. I want to mention those key words. When I do this, when I have the contest, the instruction, input, and the output, normally I don't get the answer I want on my first try. And that's something that you need to understand, and that's why you need to read what the machine is telling you back, to make sure that it's accurate. Because sometimes in your janitorial services, you don't include the cleaning once a month of the carpet, for example. But the machine gave you the answer saying, we clean once a month your carpet, and we do it with power wash or whatever not. If you compromise yourself of doing that and you submit that and they approve it, guess what? You need to do it because it was there. So make sure you read what you are compromising or what you are really saying that you're going to do in your RFP, okay? That's why you need to read, and then you need to have, like I was saying, that conversation with the machine. We don't do the power wash for the carpet, so I need you to rephrase that and just say that we vacuum it every time we come once a week, and that's it. But we don't do that. So can you change it and can you organize better? I didn't like the way that you said that we were going to clean the windows. We can only clean the windows once a month, and it's only from the outside, it's only from the inside, not from the outside. Can you change this and that? So that's the conversation. That's the conversation you need to have there to make sure that you get the output that you want. But anyway, this is just a tool for you to expedite a little bit the process of responding to this, okay? And like I was saying, don't worry about this perfect spelling or typos when you are typing. Like I said, when I am typing, it's like, oh my God, I make so many mistakes, but because I want to do it fast and I want to get it out. But the machine is going to give you a nice way of doing it. Again, if you don't like the output, if you don't like the way the machine responded to you, you can just tell it back. I didn't like it this way. You have a lot of grammatical errors. You are talking in a very friendly way. I need you to talk in a more professional way. You can do that too. You can tell the tone that you want this RFP to be back for you. So just make sure about all those little details because it matters. It matters the way you want the output. You can also even say, I wanted you to be direct. I want you to use 750 words or more. I want you to use just a short summary of what I do. You can do all that. So remember, you're giving instructions to somebody who doesn't know you or you want something out of them. So just give the instructions as clear as you can, okay? So AI communication goes beyond just structuring prompts. It involves understanding the AI capabilities, and it has limitations. So that's why avoid vague language that could lead to generic or irrelevant outputs. So it's us. We are the ones who are giving the instructions. We are the ones who are talking to these machines. We are the ones who are going to get the answer, depending on how good my instructions are or not. So again, think about it as your assistant. If I don't give enough clear instructions to my assistant, they are not going to perform or give me the results that I want. Okay? Okay, so remember that AI learn from the data they're trained on, and that's why you need to experiment different places. My suggestion, when you are doing all these RFPs, use at least maybe 2 tools. So not only ChatGPT, but like I mentioned, you have Gemini, you have Claude, you have Copilot. There are like so many more. You have Perplexity. So there are some other tools. Just make sure that maybe you can compare with 2 so you can see the difference. And sometimes you will see the difference. Sorry. And there are machines that you will say, I like the answer better on this one rather than this one. Or sometimes you will combine both of them, and you can do that. And you can say, okay, ChatGPT is still the more accurate for me, so what I will do is I will take a little bit of what Gemini told me, and I will put it in ChatGPT, and I'll say, hey, I want you to add in your response, in all these things, this response that I have. And you can do that as well. Next, please. Yes. Yeah.
That need to be more manual, or will one of the platforms be okay with pulling data directly from a competing AI?
Okay, so the question is, when I said that you can copy it from another application to this one, like it will be a copy paste, like more manual, or it will be something that I can just say, grab it from here. Normally it would be a copy-paste. I have tried, and again, try. That's what we do, try. You need to try and see. Sometimes I have asked the machine, grab it from this website, or grab it from this link, and I will put the link, and I want the information from it, and it will do it. So, it's a trial and error, I guess. But normally it's just a copy-paste. Like, here it is. Like, you don't need to look. You don't need to do nothing. Here is the information, and I want you to look it from here and do it from this description of verbiage or whatever. Okay. For example, this. So this is a picture that we saw at the beginning of the presentation. I grabbed the picture, and I did it with a picture, not with an RFP, because I thought it was more fun to do it with the picture. But if you see the prompt, that's the prompt for this picture. The only thing, and I did it in a free video site, and I'll give you a QR code, don't let me forget. The QR codes are over there if you want to see some of the apps that do videos, images, prompts, etc. So you can, sorry, you can scan that QR code and you can use it, okay? So this is the prompt. So the prompt that I did is, I wanted this picture. It's an image that I got it from the internet, but I want to convert it in a video. And I didn't want just like a boring video. I want the robot to move and to like signal something. But of course, because my video is just 5 seconds, it couldn't do a lot of the magic, but it was okay. So I told the machine to create the video, to have like futuristic guide, visuals, line, innovative, what else? Scene by scene, camera directions. There was music also, if I wanted to put in some music. So I need to know what I really want to get out of this. So let's show a little bit of the result, please. The next. That's ChatGPT, yes. Okay, sorry. ChatGPT for the instructions. So let's go back to the video, I'm sorry. So I did ChatGPT for the instructions, but this ChatGPT cannot do videos for me. So I have to do another app. ChatGPT can do images if I want, but this video I did it with another app that is going to be in that list. Okay. These are some examples of prompts that you can use for your RFP. You can have and if you see here, it's a first draft. It's only a draft. So don't think that the first time that you go to these RFPs or you talk to the machine and you tell them what you want, you're going to just get the answer, copy, paste it, and send the RFP. It doesn't work that way. We wish maybe someday we'll get to that point. But at least you need to train on your company information about if you have win a proposal before, what are your technical capabilities, etc. So you can really have a better first draft. Like a summary of what you do, a summary of the things that you have accomplished and things like that. Maybe you have never won a contract before, but you have certifications. You are certified as a small business, you are certified as a women-owned business, whatever it is, you want to make sure that you put all that information in there because that's something that you want in your summary for these RFPs. That's super important. So make sure you do that, okay? Make sure that you have revisions and that you can suggest the AI to give you revisions. What this means is, remember we're talking back and forth with this assistant. So it gives you something and it tells you this is what we do, this is the things that we have accomplished, these are the certifications that we have. So make sure that you say, give me some more suggestions on how I can improve this answer, or how can I get this RFP, or what are the keywords that they are using that I may also have in my business, and I can use it also as a key thing for me, okay? So make sure you do that you are training to give you also revision. So you can tell your machines, when you answer to me, I want you to answer with questions that can make me better in the answers that you're giving me. So when I said, okay, this is what I do, I am a janitorial services, I do big venues, normally, give me a summary on how I can do a better pitch or the summary of my services, but make sure that when you do that, You also ask me questions in order for me to improve the way I'm doing the summary. And the machine will do that. We'll give you that and it will say, why don't you add this type of things? Or tell me a little bit more about the type of businesses that you have helped. Or give me names of the businesses that you have helped. So maybe it's like, oh, of course, I need to put maybe in my summary, I have been doing like the Carson Event Center or the Pasadena Convention Center and things like that, so people will know who have been your clients as well. So you need to make sure that you do that, okay? You can also use chatbots, but I'm not going to talk about that. But there are a lot of tools that you can use in order to get paragraph descriptions, information. ChatGPT, the latest version, the 5, is letting you go into your Google Drive. So you can go into your Google Drive and it can retrieve information from past stuff that you have done. So let's say I have already applied for other RFPs. I can tell ChatGPT, go to this, files and folders, and look into the information that I submitted over there in order for me to have a little better summary in here. Or I already have an RFP that I have already applied before, grab it and give me a better information or a better way for me to submit this new RFP. So you can do that as well. Let's go to the next, please. Okay, so the question is that, do you have to do your capability statement and delete all your delicate information that is there, and then every time you need that, you have to re-enter all the information? It depends on how much. Remember, you're training a machine, and this machine is also sharing your information, okay? To the platform, to the cloud, to whatever not. So like I said before, you can do it in a private mode, and there is a privacy mode for this, so the machine won't train and it won't submit all your information out there. But if you do it in a private mode, yes, every time you do something, you have to re-enter all the information.
But it can't pull from the capability statement.
Yes, yeah, it can pull it out of there, yes, it can pull information out of there. So what you need to do is you need to tell the machine, this is the capability statement, you can add it. There is a plus sign in the ChatGPT and in all the searches, so you can add the document to the machine, and it will look at all the things that you need to extract from there. Yes, it will do that. And like I said, when you are setting it up, remember that there is a way to set up all these machines to reflect what you want and who you are. This is the QR code that we have over there. You will have this. Yeah. Yeah, so you will have this and that QR code. So you need to make sure that when you go to this, so I'm looking at my screen over here. So I have chatgpt.com. When I go here on my left-hand side, down here, it has my profile. When I click there, there are the settings. In those settings, I want you to go in there, and I want to make sure that you really put the information there. It talks about who you are, what you do, what you want to get out of this machine. So it's like, I normally talk in a friendly way. So it will always have like a friendly output, unless I want to change it and I want more professional, I want more serious, I want more to the point. Okay? So you need to make sure that you are doing that in order for the machine to understand a little bit more about you. Okay? I'm just sharing here some information in some apps that you can use for you, for, I don't know, like I call it play, because sometimes that's what you need to do with all this, is just play. 1 second. Canva is for you to have in your website like a better, maybe presentations, your flyers, your business cards, things like that when you come to these events. you want to make sure that you have like a better look of your business, Canva is also free, and you can do a lot of the things from the free version. Of course, there is a paid version for everything that you can do more, but believe me, with the free version, you can do a lot. So Canva is a great tool. Hey Jen, we saw the video at the beginning. I did it with that app. You have also Wondershare. You have a lot of these other tools that can do videos, images, and everything is for the content, okay? The content that you want to show others when you are applying. When you apply for all these RFPs and RFQs, they are going to look as well as your website or your social medias or something. So you need to have a nice, better presence. I'm not suggesting also that you only use AI, but you use your own tools and information. So if I'm in janitorial services, I want you to make sure that you really show me the real things as well, not AI generated. So what I mean is come here, take a picture, show me a before and after of what you really did, okay? But maybe I can use CapCut. CapCut is another free app where I can take my video and make it better. I can enhance it, I can put titles, I can put a little bit more of information and stuff like that. That's what I mean of using AI. Let's do the next, please. And I think it's more resources, and then these are more resources. Grammarly, love it. Again, the free version or the paid version, it will help you better with all the typos, the tones, the whatever not, is awesome. You have Future AI. Future AI will show you different apps that are coming out all the time in different categories that you want, so you can do that. All things AI. I sometimes subscribe to way too many newsletters and things on AI, but it can be overwhelming sometimes, but some of them have really great information, and for you just to be up to date with things, okay? Again, these are also in that QR code. Let's go to the next, please. I think this is the chat. That's the QR code that you have there, and you can do it at the end. Let's go to the next. Okay. So this is what I was talking about ChatGPT. So ChatGPT.com is a regular site. Let's go to the next one, please. Okay. That's what the profile, when I told you to access your profile, is the one that is down there, is your settings. Go to settings and then start customizing it. Try to answer all those questions, all those fields, the custom instructions, that you can also choose the voice. I don't know if you know that, but you can also choose the voice. Let me do one here with my ChatGPT. Hey, so I'm here today at a government contracting event. Can you please talk to the audience and tell them how they can use and look for resources to help them with their RFPs?
Of course, Coach. Hola a todos. Un gusto saludarlos.
No, do it in English. Do it in English.
Absolutely. I'll switch to English. Hey, everyone. It's great to meet you. I'm Sol, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about how you can find and use resources to help with your RFPs. So let's dive in.
Okay. So I have Sol. Thank you, Sol. Sorry, it was in Spanish because I help most of my Spanish-speaking community here in LA County. But so you can have different voices. You can have women voices, you can have male voices, and you can also set the tone of those voices. So you can tell the tone to be like nice and polite or rude. Some people like it rude and to the point. So anyway, so make sure you do that. Be careful with the personal information again. But you can do all those settings. I really encourage all of you to do that with all these machines that you're using, Gemini, Copilot, Claude, ChatGPT, because it really will give you a better answer if they know who you are and what you do. Let's go to the next, please.
I have a question.
I'm sorry, Anna, you had a question. Yes.
Do you have the tip to differentiate your proposal from others? I have a brother-in-law who's a college professor, and a lot of people are using AI to do their papers, and they're all sounding the same. So how do you do you have any tips for differentiating your RFPs from others?
There is an app called Copy AI. And Copy AI, that is also part of the list that you guys are going to have. It will help you also to see if they were generated with AI and to see if they are like kind of similar to what you have. So the question was, how can I differentiate with being like AI and being like a little bit different from all these proposals that people are having? And it's also the instructions, the way I give the instructions to all these machines. And I understand what you're saying, that yes, we are seeing more and more like the same thing over and over because we are using that, and maybe that's why sometimes we need to use different things and different tools. But the way I give the instruction, and depends on how I say it, it will give me that outcome. So if I really want to be, maybe excel on this, my suggestion will be, try also to give the instruction that way. Just say, hey, I don't want to sound like everybody else. I want to sound different. I want to sound special. I want to really make sure that you know who I am and what I do, and excel on these points. I really specialize on this, so I want to really sound different. Maybe that can be one of the possibilities. Sorry, you had a question. I totally forgot.
I want my chat to interface with PowerPoint. I want to make amazing presentations. How do I get it to interface, or what's the best AI tool for creating PowerPoints from scratch, or designing it on chat and copy and paste the link?
Okay. So the question is that she wants ChatGPT to interact with a PowerPoint presentation, or how she can like combine and make a very nice presentation. ChatGPT, if you give the instructions and you tell them about what the presentation is going to be about, it will give you some prompts or some slides already. Yeah. And then you want to make it in a presentation. You have Canva, that is one of the tools, and you have Gamma, that is also another tool that is also in part of the QR code. Gamma will give you only 10 slides, so you need to make sure that if you want more, you need to pay. But I love Canva for slides. Yeah, so.
Design it for you though?
Yes.
I don't have to choose the photos.
You can tell ChatGPT to choose the photos, and you can go to Canva also. Canva also has AI incorporated in it, and you can tell Canva also how you want your presentation to look like. Yes, but still, again, yeah, you have to interact back and forth, and you have to make sure that it really has clear information in there. Part of this presentation today, like the slides and the images and all that, are made with Canva and Gamma. So, yeah, so Gamma, I took like this little boxes, I took it from Gamma. So I gave, yeah, there you go. so you know that I did with Gamma. So what I did is I put these characteristics. I did all that, and I put the information, and I told ChatGPT, I told Gamma to put all this information like in a nicer way instead of just the bullet points that we are used to all the time. So, okay. What ChatGPT should call you, I don't know if you heard when Sol started answering for me, she called me coach. I'm a business coach, so I asked Sol to call me coach. What characteristics should ChatGPT have? What do you do for a living? Anything else? Like I said, train it. Train it. It's your assistant. So you need to have that assistant know what you do, and the things that you want out of it. So, okay, let's go to the next one, please. Okay. Once you have the settings, every conversation you have with ChatGPT will automatically include the context, okay? Why is it important? because you don't want to say the story again, over and over. I don't want to explain it again. You have to do that with every time you have a new employee. When you have somebody new, when you are doing your pitch here to all these institutions that you have out there. So you have to do that. But you want to make sure that this tool that you have is something that you can use over and over without having to repeat who you are. So that's why you want to make sure that it has the most information that you can. Okay? Again, we're talking about ChatGPT, but you can do the same with all the other ones that I told you about, Gemini, Claude, Copilot, etc. Let's go to the next one, please. I have people who have shared generously, and make sure that you do it also with caution. Like, it's not just to put like my whole information, bank statements, and all that in there, that I have to have caution on that. Let's say, for example, I have people who have put their bank statements, no kidding, like their bank statements. You have your bank account number, you have like everything there. So make sure you don't do that. Make sure that what you want to get out of that bank statement is what you're going to put in there. Like, for example, if I want to make, if I want to get some like transactions in there, like I just can copy some pieces. I can go to PDF and just cut some pieces, but it's not my whole entire information in those things. So just make sure about that. Because in the presentation that we had before this one, we were talking about cybersecurity and all those things, so that's part of it. So please, 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 don't put your EIN, socials, etc. We don't want that. Test it. You have to test it. You have to test all the sites. Make sure which one is the one that you really, really like for what you do. ChatGPT is very basic for a lot of the things. You need to look more and dive deep in the other ones. Dive deep in the other ones, like you have Perplexity, you have Claude, so you can do those and look a little bit more beyond what just ChatGPT does for you. Let's go to the other one, please. I think it's almost the last. So you can also go back and review the things. Because, of course, like everything, we are going to change, we are going to improve, we have grown, whatever it is. Remember to make sure that you give those instructions, that you have those instructions, okay? That you are reviewing this, that you are seeing all the evolution as well. So when you have different versions of these apps, there are changes in there. Make sure you go back in there, you go back to the settings, and you're looking at those changes as well. Okay? And like I said, you also change, so you want to make sure that whatever RFP new that I have the current information. That if I already got a contract, you already put that information in there too, because you want to make sure that the next time I ask for the question, that contract is already there. That I want a contract with LAX, I want to make sure that it's already there when I need to apply for something else. Mm-hmm. And the current goals and whatever not. Yeah, let's go to the next one, please. We're almost coming to an end. Continuous improvement. No, let's keep on going. We already talked a lot about this. The custom instructions and all that. So, again, make sure that you're really, really checking all the outcome that you get from these tools. Make sure that you look into it, that you read all the information, that you are applying constantly for this. You have the Small Business Development Center, SBDCs, helping you in all this process at no cost for you. Take advantage of it. We have advisors in different areas, including procurement. We have advisors that will help you with access to capital, with social media marketing, you name it. We're here to help you. We also do a lot of workshops dedicated to one specific topic. So we have procurement topics, we have access to capital topics, etc. So take advantage of it. You already paid for it with your taxes, so why not take advantage of it? I really appreciate your time today. I know it was a lot of information, and I am not expecting us to be like experts in AI today. It takes time. I have been doing this already like only for a year and a half, but believe me, it's a year and a half of going into all of these applications, playing with them, making sure that it does bring us the information that we need, etc. So it takes time, it takes a little bit of work, but I think we all need to start using all these tools, and a lot of you are solopreneurs, so more so. We only have 5 people on your team, maybe 10 people on your team, so take advantage of all this. They're there for us to start using it. We need to start using it. It's like social media. I think back in the days, maybe 5-10 years ago, we were like, no Facebook, no Insta, no TikTok, no this, but now we have to use social media somehow, because that's the way we put our businesses out there, so make sure you use that. We have our booth here inside the exhibition, so we have all the QR codes also there for the different offices that we have here in LA County to help you and support you, so make sure you visit us after the next session if you want. And thank you so much.
Let's give Brian a round of applause. We do not have time to take questions here, but she will be at the exhibit hall at her table, and I know she'd be happy to speak with any of you who have questions. Thank you so much.